It seems as though you all are like a fraternity, all in the Power Rangers, and you guys all do conventions and stuff like that. But is there one Power Ranger that you all dislike the most? I mean, that's a real question.
No, I'll tell you what, and this is an honest question. The two that I'm closest to, I mean, as of now, would be Nakia and Aaron Cahill.
That's going to change tomorrow, because it said as of now.
But Nakia and Aaron and Michael are the ones that I'm closest to and talk to the most. But Nakia and Aaron, the two most, actually.
Well, that was a good redirection. How about you?
You know what? I get along with everybody, to be perfectly honest. From newer seasons, I haven't met a lot of people from newer seasons.
Because you don't watch the show.
I am going to watch this season, and I'm going to watch Jessica's season. I would like to see Dino Thunder too. I'd actually like to see them all. I was kidding earlier. I'm not completely biased to Zeo and Turbo. I'm going to watch the other seasons, but I get along with everybody, to be perfectly honest. Yeah. I won't eat you, I promise. Should I sit down? No more questions?
There's one right there.
Isn't it Mega Force right now?
Super Mega Force.
Okay. I don't know what the next season will be on. Oh, Super Mega Force. Okay. Any more questions, guys? Yes. Come on down. You're the next contestant.
I actually do have one question for both of you, but right for the second, I can only remember the one from Jason.
Okay.
Which character did you like playing more, Alex or Wes?
Wes.
Wes?
I like Wes is more true to who I really am in real life, so I think I had a lot of fun doing it. And I was able to play him most of the year, which was nice. So Wes was more fun for me.
Still drawing a big old plank about Nakia's question.
That's all right.
Here we go again. I'm kidding. It's good. You can come back when you remember.
I have two questions. This one's is for Nakia.
Woo!
Yeah.
After the death of your girlfriend playing Trini and after Kieran left the show, how was it filling the Yellow Ranger spot after they carried the spot for so long?
That's a good question. I didn't get a chance to meet Trini. I didn't know exactly what the circumstances were when I got on the show, but everybody was very welcoming. I was challenged by, a particular actor for, a little time to try to see if, I was tough enough. I am. But overall, it was a great experience. It was a really, really great experience. Yeah, everybody was very welcoming.
Cool. And apart from Power Rangers, how has New Year's here been different from Power Rangers on set?
No There's Here is we're playing heightened versions of ourselves, so we're kind of making fun of ourselves. So that's pretty fun for me because I like comedy. Jason and I saw the pilot for the first time last night in the hotel room. I'm pretty excited. I think it's pretty funny. We were cracking up. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure you guys check it out Thanksgiving weekend.
How has being the Red Ranger changed your ideas, or what was it like being the Red Ranger for so many years, or for the time that you were in that spot?
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I was very fortunate to be part of it. I actually read for the role of the Red Ranger 2 years before I didn't get it, the year before I didn't get it, and finally they kept bringing me back. So there's that story of persistence, and on the third try, I actually finally read the role. So I was very pretty. So it was cool, and by that time, of course, this was in 2000, so I was already very well aware of the gravity of the show. So when I was a part of it, it was cool to quit waiting tables and have an actual job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, questions for Nakia, and by the way, you're one of my absolute favorites, so it's an honor to meet you. You sang a few times, including the famous singing episode with Jason David Frank. Is singing like a passion of yours?
Yes, I used to be in a group. We were called Divine. There were 3 girls, and I was actually recording. We recorded a record the same time I was filming Turbo. Very, very overwhelming at the time. But yeah, I haven't pursued my singing career in quite some time. But yes, I love to sing.
I just want to say it's cool singing on the commercials. It's turned into like kind of a drinking game, like drink when you see Nakia on the commercial.
Thank you.
Don't do that, she's got a lot of commercials going. Might need an intervention pretty soon.
I have 2 questions for Nakia. The first one being, what's your opinion of the Zia to Turbo switch? Did you enjoy the switch between them, or was there bitter feelings from switching out of your original to Turbo?
I was excited to go to Turbo just because we had more fighting to do. I really enjoyed fighting. It was fun. I mean, we actually got a chance to fight because most of the time the fighting was just the stunt guys. So in the Turbo season, we got a chance to fight, and I really loved that. And you know, my car was interesting. It would break down quite often when we were filming. But it was fun. I enjoyed it.
All right, thank you. My second question, was there any difficulties working with a little kid like Justin on the set as him being a Power Ranger versus any of the older characters you used to work with, as there was a big age difference between the 2 of y'all?
Well, when he first got the role, I think we were all kind of like, what? He's 12. Yeah. So I think we just needed to take an adjustment. We're like, well, how is he going to morph? And, you know, he's 12. How are we going to, you know, fit that with the Japanese footage where they're grown men? So they came up with, when he morphs, he stretches and becomes a man.
Gross.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
My question is geared toward both of you. While you were on sets, did you ever try playing around with the props?
Absolutely.
A lot of free time, so a lot of fun things happening with that.
Just curiosity, like just name one of your favorite times while you were doing that.
Oh, I'd have to think back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like at some point there was always a sword fight going on, or whack someone in the backside, you say.
Or while they're filming,
Yeah.
like if they're doing, like, we're supposed to be on this side and the camera's on them, we're like, you know, making faces.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, we had fun. You're welcome.
More in-depth answers to those top questions tonight at 18 Overbound.
Okay, it's me, John again.
Hi, John. Again.
Okay. Sorry. All right, I have one of each. Okay, starting with like Tommy here. I can't remember exactly which part of the season of Turbo this was in, but I don't know. Like, how do you feel about being baked in a giant pizza?
Being baked in Johnny's pizza.
There was. Oh, okay. It's been a while since I've seen like Turbo stuff. Yeah, it's one of the more embarrassing moments of Power Rangers. And okay, I'm gonna switch over to like Jason here. It's like, have you ever seen like the Japanese Sentai, Chojin Sentai Jetman?
No.
Okay, well, I've always like had this idea like, okay, the Zords, the mecha and like Jetman, they actually do combine and turn into a jet. Ring any bells? Just spoiler alert, like the Time Force mech also can turn, combine and turn into a jet drone as well as its robot form. So I always felt that, it's kind of a nice little nod towards like,
To Time Force.
Time Force, made a big, nod to like, Jetman. It was one of the Sentai that never got released here.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
In fact, Ryan Saban actually wanted to do Jetman, but then like due to time constraints with getting the copyright and everything, he just went with Zoo Ranger.
Oh, I got you.
So yeah. So close. I got 3 questions. 2 of them are for both of you. One is for Nakia. I'll start with that
Okay.
How come they didn't show the events between Zero and Turbo? How did it lead up to the other? Why didn't they show that?
I have no idea. I think we were asked that in the Power Morning Comment. How did it switch to the... I have no idea. I just get my script and I act with whatever's on the page.
The next question is, what was your favorite Power Ranger episode?
Mine was Movie Madness for sure.
Yes.
They really spent a lot of time with real good production value. That we filmed a lot in Universal, which is pretty hefty to do. And that was a 2-part series, and I just thought they paid a lot of great attention to detail, pretty elaborate, from what, you know. So Movie Madness was a lot of fun.
Mine was a song sung yellow. Nobody knows that one? Thank you. Pretend. Yes. That was my singing episode. They heard me, the writers heard me singing in my dressing room, so they decided to make an episode about it. And I got to make a music video and all of that, so that was fun. And I also enjoyed the episode where Jason David Frank and I, we could only sing. I forgot the title of it, but we had so much fun. Because even when the cameras were off, we were like, what are you doing? I don't know. Yeah, it was fun.
My last question is, you guys still keep in touch with your Power Ranger co-stars?
Yes. Actually, I was just with 3 of them last weekend in Rhode Island Comic Con.
Yeah, I talk to Michael and Aaron all the time, and Dan Southworth, put him up for Dan. Yeah, so this is good, yeah, I would say. Sean Johnson, some too. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was going to ask you a question about song Come Yellow earlier, but you already answered it, so you didn't really done the same.
Oh, okay.
So what have you guys been doing other than no nerds here? What have you guys been doing since Power Rangers? I know you've done Resident Evil and other voice acting like that, but what have you been up to?
I am going to send everybody to my website, makiabaris.com. God has been quite kind and blessing me with television shows and commercials. And if you guys get an opportunity, my episode of Heart of Dixie is coming on Monday on the CW. I don't know what channel that is out here, but which one? 18. Channel 18, Heart of Dixie. I don't know what time, but yeah. So check out my website. It has all updated information about things.
And I would say the same for my jasonfont.com, where all my stuff is released, and I list everything on there.
But you don't want to check out his, you want to check out mine. I love him.
What kind of a martial arts training have you guys had, or is it mainly just, hey, do this, and you're just kind of, I don't know.
Mine wasn't really a style. They just taught us different fighting techniques. I mean, all of the guys are martial artists on my show. I mean, you literally wouldn't want to mess with any of them. But, you know, Catherine and I, they just taught us different fighting styles.
Yeah, for our show, it wasn't, I mean, I actually trained Jeet Kune Do just because, but that had nothing to do with getting the role. Remember, when you're fighting on screen too, it's vastly different from what you train in martial arts, and everything's very exaggerated and long, and it's all going to give the camera. So they trained us, and I'm sure for you guys as well, more of that on-screen fighting.
Yeah.
But I did train Jeet Kune Do before on that show, which just happenstance.
Yeah, that's more or less an ask for it. And I don't know if you can say this, but yeah, in the Legendary War that's coming up, I know they have all the different Sentai people, because our season only they're season 15.
Yeah.
So how are they wrapping those other 15 seasons in, or are they cutting them out, or how's that working? Or can you say, or you know?
Well, yeah, you kind of have to watch it. I mean, everything's included. I mean, basically the general premise of the show is that the current Rangers have lost the ability to save the world. So this is literally the end of the world. So we're getting called back to utilize our powers for it. And some of us you see our faces, other it's just the helmet heads. But every one of them is there.
Yeah, but I remember the old before Mighty Morphin, ones that only.
I think I don't know. There was a lot. There was